in today's episode of Explained.
Imagine a single pellet the size of a pencil eraser powering your entire life for months. Welcome to the fascinating world of nuclear energy, where the potential is immense but the stakes are high. Nuclear energy is one of the most talked about sources of power today, but what exactly is it? Let's break it down into simple terms. Nuclear energy comes from splitting atoms, tiny particles that make up everything around us. This process is called nuclear fission. When an atom is split, it releases a huge amount of energy. This energy can be used to produce electricity, which powers our homes, schools, and even entire cities. Nuclear energy is actually a major player in the world's power supply. In fact, around 10% of the world's electricity comes from nuclear power plants. These plants are spread across 32 countries, with the United States, France, and China leading the pack. The United States alone has over 90 nuclear reactors, making it the country with the most nuclear energy production in the world. France, on the other hand, relies heavily on nuclear energy. About 70% of its electricity comes from nuclear power. China is rapidly expanding its nuclear power capacity, building new reactors to meet its growing energy needs. Other countries with significant nuclear energy programs include Russia, South Korea, and Japan. In total, there are about 440 nuclear reactors in operation around the globe, with more being built. One of the biggest advantages of nuclear energy is its efficiency. A small amount of nuclear fuel can produce a massive amount of energy. For example, just one uranium pellet, which is about the size of a pencil eraser, can produce the same amount of energy as 1 ton of coal or 149 gallons of oil. This makes nuclear energy a highly efficient way to generate electricity. Nuclear power plants also have a high capacity factor. This means they can produce electricity almost continuously, running at full power for most of the year. In fact, nuclear power plants are the most reliable source of electricity, with an average capacity factor of over 90%. This means they are producing electricity more than 90% of the time, which is higher than any other energy source. Is nuclear energy dangerous? Now let's address the elephant in the room. Is nuclear energy dangerous? There's no denying that nuclear energy comes with risks. The most well-known risks are accidents at nuclear power plants like the ones that happened at Chernobyl in 1986 and Fukushima in 2011. These disasters released harmful radiation into the environment and had serious consequences for the people living nearby. However, it's important to note that such accidents are extremely rare. Modern nuclear power plants are built with multiple safety systems designed to prevent accidents and contain radiation if something goes wrong. In fact, the nuclear industry is one of the most heavily regulated industries in the world, with strict standards to protect both people and the environment. There's also the issue of nuclear waste. When nuclear fuel is used, it becomes radioactive waste, which needs to be carefully managed. This waste can remain dangerous for thousands of years. Currently, most nuclear waste is stored in secure facilities, but finding a long-term solution is still a challenge. Environmental impact. Despite the risks, nuclear energy has some environmental benefits. Unlike fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas, nuclear power doesn't produce greenhouse gases while generating electricity. This makes it a cleaner option for producing energy, especially when we're trying to combat climate change. Nuclear power plants also have a smaller land footprint compared to renewable energy sources like wind and solar. A single nuclear plant can produce a large amount of electricity without taking up as much space. Future of nuclear energy. So, what does the future hold for nuclear energy? As the world looks for ways to reduce carbon emissions and transition to cleaner energy sources, nuclear energy could play a key role. Many experts believe that nuclear power will be necessary to meet global energy demands while also tackling climate change. New technologies like small modular reactors, SMRs, are being developed to make nuclear power safer, more efficient, and more flexible. These smaller reactors could be used in places where traditional large nuclear power plants aren't practical. However, the future of nuclear energy isn't without its challenges. Public perception, safety concerns, and the issue of nuclear waste need to be addressed if nuclear energy is to be widely accepted and expanded. Conclusion. In conclusion, nuclear energy is a powerful and efficient source of electricity that plays a significant role in the world's energy supply. It comes with risks, but with proper safety measures and regulations, those risks can be managed. As we look for ways to power the world in a cleaner and more sustainable way, nuclear energy is likely to remain an important part of the conversation. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and remember, when it comes to energy, there's always more than meets the eye.